We're gonna have big bucks today, I can feel it.
You have no idea.
$79,351.33 spends $4,000. I don't believe it.
Hey everyone, I'm Ben Schneider. And if you're a game show fan, you're probably familiar with Michael Larson, the unemployed ice cream truck driver who broke the bank on Press Your Luck 37 years ago today by memorizing the board patterns to avoid the whammy. There's already been several documentaries on Larson, including 2 from GSN, so the main purpose of this video on the anniversary of Larson's achievement isn't going to be a step-by-step walkthrough of how he did it. Instead, the main purpose of this video is clearing Michael Larson's name. You know, there are few things in this world that bother me more than false accusations of cheating. And whenever you look up lists of game show cheaters, for some reason, Larson often makes the list. Yep, that's right. Michael Larson, in the eyes of many, is a cheater. And right after his appearance on the show, CBS actually tried to deny him payment at first.
CBS smelled a rat and was determined to deny payment to someone who was, in their eye, a cheater.
Virtually every department head at CBS gathered, and the prevailing question was, how could we let this happen? What can we do about it? Do we have to pay the guy his money?
Which is very strange, because Larson did not in any way, shape, or form cheat on Press Your Luck. I know I just said I'm not going to walk you through the entire story since other people have already done it more extensively than I ever could, but in case you're unfamiliar, I guess I do owe you a quick recap. At the time of the show's premiere, Michael Larson was an unemployed ice cream truck driver, which naturally gave him a lot of free time to watch television. As somebody who was desperate to find a way to get rich quick, Larson was drawn to game shows, specifically CBS's Press Your Luck. While the big board on ABC's present-day revival is completely random thanks to modern technology, the 1984 big board only had 5 patterns built into it. While this was hardly widespread public knowledge, Larson studied the footage of the show with the help of his VCR recorder, and actually discovered and memorized all these patterns. He then found a way to get out to Los Angeles, get on the show, and relieve CBS of $110,237. Well over $250,000 when you account for inflation. Larson recognized the squares that never had a whammy in their rotation, and these squares also granted a contestant an additional spin of the big board, should they land there. Theoretically, the sky was the limit, meaning Larson was able to keep going as long as he wanted, provided he didn't hit a whammy, which would have reduced his score back to $0.
So watch for number 2 to light up.
Okay.
When number 2 comes on,
There.
we go 2, 12, 1, 9, 4.
2, 12,
2,
1,
12, 1, 9, 4. 2, 12, 1, 9, 4.
Whoa! So that's what he memorized.
Actually, Peter, there was 5 patterns of 18 squares that he had to memorize in order to hit the 4 or the 8.
5 patterns? You're lying to my face.
Nope. When
Yes.
one sequence would end, the next sequence would start, and he had to know where the 4 and the 8 were in that sequence that would come up.
So he had to memorize 5 patterns
5 patterns.
while being under the lights with me in his face,
Yes.
with an audience, with all the pressure to be able to identify 5 different patterns and then pick one out of the 5 to capitalize
Absolutely.
on is just nothing short of incredible.
It is incredible. The trick here, of course, is to get the timing correct, because the first spin he had, he whammied out
He got away.
because he didn't know how long the response time was.
Unbelievable.
At the end of the day, Larson succeeded in executing his strategy and winning the game, along with over $100,000. Now for some reason, people are quick to brand Larson as a cheater. But that's just an insult, not only to Larson, but to anyone that's ever dedicated that much time, effort, preparation, and execution to accomplish their goals. Cheating on game shows is well documented. In fact, the reason Larson didn't come back for a second show as returning champion is because his winnings exceeded the maximum amount champions were allowed to earn on CBS game shows at the time, before they were retired as champions. This winnings limit was because of the quiz show scandals of the 1950s. Which has so much to unpack that not only could I do an entire video on it, they actually made an entire theatrical film based on it. And believe it or not, Good Morning America actually invited Larson onto the program before its 1994 premiere. For the record, I highly recommend Quiz Show. It earned a Best Picture nomination for a reason. On the big money NBC show 21, Charles Van Doren became a nationally recognized celebrity after winning $129,000. Well over $1 million today when you account for inflation. The problem is, he was actually given the answers ahead of time by the show's producers, and was in on the scandal. That's cheating. Memorizing the patterns of the big board with no one to help guide or assist you but yourself, when no one else even thought it was a possibility, and then getting on the show and actually executing your plan on national television with all the bright lights, pressure, and spotlight shining down on you, is not cheating. It's beating the game. It's finding a loophole in the system.
What was illegal about the process? He beat the system. So how do you deny him the monies that he earned? What legal basis do you have to do that? And after some discussion, it was agreed that he could receive the money that he won.
Now, I know Larson's life took a turn for the worse after he appeared on Press Your Luck, and given some of the uglier details of his downfall, I can understand why some people might not like him. But you know, I think original Press Your Luck host Peter Tamarkin summed it up perfectly.
As I said before, you can like him or not like him, but you can't help but admire what he did.
Right.
Unbelievable.
Exactly.
So that's it. Shorter video on the anniversary of the second part of the Larson episode's first airing. Just because I want to clear the guy's name. Even if you're an embarrassed CBS executive, I think it's time to let it go and just appreciate greatness. I hate when people are falsely accused of something they didn't do. Whether you like Larson or not, all I ask is that you at the very least not brand him as a cheater and admire what he was able to accomplish. Thanks for watching.